I'm Simon Dewsbury, PGA staff professional here at Belmont Country Club. We're going to look at hole number 2 today. This is part of our continuing series on how to think your way around a golf course. Let's go. Okay, here we are, second hole. Again, 5 different tee boxes. I'm going to be playing from the back tees, but even if you don't play from there, walk back to it, have a look at how the hole is played. This gives you a brief outline. We can see the 5 different tee boxes down here going into a fairway. But when you look out there to the golf course itself and not the plan, that fairway is a lot wider than it is longer. So we want to try and shape the ball a little bit more around this corner. It sets up more as a fade shot for a right-handed golfer. I don't want to just necessarily blast away with driver and think, well, I've got to clear all the trouble. If I go up that left-hand side, I've then got a really difficult shot going into that green. It's going to be 170, 180 yards into what is quite a narrow green with a lot of trouble both beyond it and short of it. So I really want to get this ball working around with a baby fade into the right half of the fairway that I can see, which is going to give me a short shot into the green. One thing I will say as a caveat before you start commenting on my swing, I've had 3 surgeries which ended my playing career. I know there are issues with it. Unfortunately, the 2 on my shoulder meant that there's an instability there, so the swing does get a little squiffy at times. Now that I'm standing back here on the tee, I can see what's going on out there in front of me and how I want to play the shot. I want to hit the little fade. If I come and stand up and tee up on the left-hand side of the tee, I can actually feel this tee sloping this way a little bit. And it kind of guides me towards the trees on the right as I'm getting set up, which would help to promote a draw, which is what I don't want. But if I gravitate more towards the right-hand side of the tee, that will naturally set me up to aim a little bit more towards the left-hand side, but allow me to then shape the ball around the trees. Having your pre-shot routine is important. A couple of practice swings, trying to feel the swing out, then go through your alignment, walk into the shot, keep moving around. Stops you from getting stiff. A couple of looks down at the fairway to remind me of where I want to go. Hit the shot. Same hole, second hole. Move forward now onto the white tees. The viewpoint does change a little bit from the back. Again, I can see that it's a narrow fairway but really wide. The advantage this time is that the trees do not encroach as much down the right hand side. They've been cut back a little bit over the last couple of years. So I can now get a little more aggressive with my line. And I can tee up on the left-hand side of the tee and fire more towards the right half of the fairway. Depending on your ability, it could be a long iron, utility iron, hybrid, maybe even a fairway wood, depending on how far you generally hit them. The ball position is going to vary slightly depending on the tee height that you're going to have the golf ball. Higher tee, it's going to move towards your left side a little bit more as a right-handed golfer. I'm teeing the ball down. I'm going to hit my 4-iron, and I'm going to play this over the edge of the path, so over the red tee, the forward tee, towards the gap in the trees, towards the house. And again, play the little fade around the corner played that time, it was dead straight, but right where I was aiming towards the gap in the trees, straight over the path. And the right club selection to put me right in the middle of the fairway. As we see, you may not pick it up very well on the camera, but the way that they've cut the fairway, going that way and then back, there's one stripe right down the middle with a dark side and a light side to the grain of the grass. We want to be right in the middle there. The tee's gone. Every now and then, people are going to hit bad shots. It's the inevitability of golf. Standing here while we've just been setting up the camera angles, I actually looked down here, and this hasn't been preset. There is a golf ball down here. It's not one of mine. So whoever it is who plays at Belmont with a green logo on their TaylorMade TP5X, we'll get that one back to you. It's a penalty area defined by red stakes. We have a couple of different options. We can go back and play from where we last were. We can keep that point of entry in between us and the flag and go back 2 club lengths, or I can go back as far along that line as I want to. Now, if the camera just pans around, back here, we've got the forward tee. So if it was me, rather than playing off a big slope out of thicker grass, I would come and drop from back here. The new rules that came into force last year. Knee height. Now I'm in a position where I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do. The easy option would be to play this now as a 2-shot par 4 from here. In the middle of the fairway out there, we've got the 100-yard marker. So all I would have to do would be to hit an easy sand wedge or gap wedge in between the 100 yards and towards the 2 trees on the far end. That's going to open up the green towards an easy little pitch shot over the penalty area that's in front of the green. We could also take the tiger line and go over the trees at the green. Now, that's going to be ability level and confidence level. We're going to look at what is happening with our yardages. We've already got the GPS from Bushnell out here. It's 125 to the front, it's 142 to the back, and 134 right to the middle of the green from here. We wouldn't really try and get aggressive on going at the flag. I can't even see the green from here. All I would really want to do is make sure that I'm in the middle of the green, minimize my mistakes, take the 2-putt, walk away with a bogey, and walk to the next tee. So I've got a couple of different options now. We've made the drop. Depending on the confidence level and our ability, we can take the tiger line, we can go over the trees. It is a blind shot there, so we're going to rely much more on the GPS here. It's showing it's 125 to the front, 141, 140 to the back, and 132 to the middle. That's going to be my really important one, 132. I'm not going to get aggressive and go at a flag location here. All I'm going to try and do is minimize my mistake that I've already made by going into the penalty area. I'm going to aim for the middle of the green. Then I'm going to try and make my best 2-putt possible and walk away with nothing worse than a bogey. Doubles and triples kill us. Bogeys we can live with, we can recover from. If I don't feel confident with that, then I would play out into the fairway with a little pitch shot over. We can see the 100-yard marker right in the middle of the fairway. So I would aim somewhere between that and the 2 trees on the far side of the fairway. That's going to get me down into an area where I can play a little easy pitch shot, and we'll cover that in the next section of the video. But that then again, if I'm not feeling confident of going straight at the green, is going to give me an easier chance from there to try and get up and down in one shot and play from there. Always go through your pre-shot routine, which for me has always been a couple of practice swings, feel it out, line myself up, pick my intermediate targets out. You're going to play your best. It's always best to learn from the best. I learned to check this a long time ago. Constantly checking my targets, my intermediates. Alright, so even if I'm just going to play the little easy pitch shot, go through my pre-shot routine, everything stays the same no matter what I'm doing, and that way I've got consistency. I don't get anxious over it by being rushed, and make sure I've got control over myself. Spot that I want. Alright, we played the tiger line. That's got us onto the green. We also played the layup into the bottleneck. But if we get a little more conservative, I'm closer to the 100-yard marker right now. We've got 82 to the front, 93 to the middle, and 105 to the back. We'll just get that on camera so we can see that hopefully pretty clearly. A little difficult with the sun being as strong as it is today. We get the laser itself. That's showing 84 to the flag, so the flag really isn't on very far at all. I wouldn't want to get aggressive and attack that flag position because I got no room short of it. I definitely want to make sure that I get past the flag. Play it more towards the 94 yards. Get yourself into the middle of the green. Accept that that first putt might be a little downhill, a little bit faster than you want, but it's a safer shot. Minimize your mistakes that you've made by knocking it into the penalty area. Take your medicine and walk to the next hole. So I've got my gap wedge and my 54 sand wedge. I'm going to play it about 90 yards. Again, go through my pre-shot routine. Feel my swing, feel the shot that I want to play. Get my alignment. The intermediate target set up to that. Strong, but again safe on the green. I can take that 2-putt and walk to the next hole. Alright, we're into the bottleneck position, the little layup. It's a half a shot. We're just looking at the GPS. 48 to the front, 60 to the middle, 73 to the back. Again, we shoot it with the laser, and that's 54 yards. So I've got 4 yards of green to work with. I really don't want to get sucked into attacking that pin position. Make sure I get it past. Play the sensible, the safer option. And again, making sure that I'm taking my medicine, not getting aggressive with it. 2 practice swings, feel my shot out. Get my alignment spot. Really strong. Put him on the green, take the 2-putt, walk to the next hole. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and if you've got any comments, leave them down below. Any suggestions for future videos as well, we really appreciate the input.